Many people have tried to make a movie out of this novel before.
It's the most erotic script I've ever read.
The book, if you did it literally, would cost about $400 million to do, and it would be banned in every country in the world.
The movie is one big hallucinogenic nightmare.
It's quite unlike anything I've done.
Everybody's creative antennae are twitching.
It's about loss and redemption and a guy's striving to get back that which he let go of.
It's quite funny. I mean, it's very funny, in fact.
I'd read that David Cronenberg was going to do a film of Naked Lunch, and I thought, how's he going to do that?
It's an amazing trip.
Hello, Bill. What's up?
For more than 30 years, filmmakers from around the world have wanted to make a motion picture of William S. Burroughs' enigmatic, erotic, groundbreaking novel, Naked Lunch, a work as controversial today as it was when it was first published in 1959.
In a sense, the movie is about writing, the subject of writing itself, and of being creative, and commitment to being creative, the danger of being creative.
Naked Lunch, the book, stood as just an incredible work of American literature. You know, broke the form of the American novel and was a real magic carpet ride.
It's a very fragmented, hallucinatory kind of work, and it was kind of a revelation.
I thought it was wild, and it made quite an impression, and I thought it was an extremely progressive work of literature.
It really blows your mind when you read it.
A lot of people still consider it pornographic, which is a shame, because it's not pornographic, it's not prurient.
That's why when the book had trouble being printed, men like Mailer and Styron and all these writers came to Burroughs' defense and said, look, yes, the man is a druggie, and yes, this is very pornographic material, but it's quite beautiful. It's well written. The man is an artist.
Some of the things that are in Burroughs, that are in Naked Lunch, the book, you can't do on screen yet. It's just not permitted.
With the full cooperation of William Burroughs, Cronenberg spent nearly a decade trying to get his vision of Naked Lunch on the screen. A decade during which the director came to international attention with such films as Scanners, Dead Ringers, and his Academy Award-winning remake of The Fly.
I knew that I wanted a narrative structure that was more of a narrative structure than the book has, because the book is very dreamlike and segmented and fragmented, and you could actually shuffle it like a deck of cards.
It's not something that anyone other than maybe David Cronenberg thought was even cinematic. He had to think of a way to make it cinematic.
Since I knew that I was going to do something quite different, it actually liberated me to create something new that was really a fusion of me and Burroughs. It's like Burroughs and I getting into the telepod of the fly, you know, maybe I'm the fly, I'm on Burroughs' shoulder, and we fuse together, and out of the other telepod comes the movie, Naked Lunch.
Naked Lunch takes place essentially inside the mind of its main character, Bill Lee, portrayed by Peter Weller.
Peter is sensational. I think he's really going to surprise a lot of people who associate him, I suppose, primarily with RoboCop. I think they're going to be very, very surprised at his performance, which is absolutely wonderful and very profound, I think.
I can't go home. I can't go home.
In the dual role of Lee's wife and his imaginary lover, Cronenberg cast Academy Award-nominated Australian actress Judy Davis.
I needed an actress who was very strong, very powerful, very magnetic and charismatic, which she is. I mean, I really think she's one of the 4 or 5 best film actresses in the world.
You know, I do feel drawn to an old lover. Yeah, I was frightened by his script, and that can be quite compelling.
Playing American author Tom Frost is Ian Holm.
This is all happening telepathically, non-consciously.
What do you mean?
If you look carefully at my lips, you'll realize that I'm actually saying something else. The nature of the Naked Lunch being it's such an enigmatic piece, one is really in some doubt as to what is real and what isn't at any given point.
Rounding out the film's international cast are 2-time Academy Award nominee Roy Scheider as the shyster Dr. Benway, and Julian Sands as the lascivious Yves Cloquet.
Enjoying the beach. David Cronenberg is most original as a filmmaker. I think that's why actors are drawn to the possibility of working with him.
Once the script was written and the cast was set, the real challenge became realizing the imagery of Naked Lunch, as envisioned by both author Burroughs and director Cronenberg.
We were trying to design these creatures. What does a mugwump really look like? And of course, it's described in a very sketchy way in Burroughs and therefore in my own script. And now it's a question of coming to grips with what is it really going to look like? What is it going to sound like? How is it going to move?
No point in feigning surprise. You knew we would be getting in touch with you. Why else would you come to a waterfront dive like this? Why else?
Okay, cut.
For David Cronenberg and all involved, the movie version of Naked Lunch is a long-time dream come true.
We know it's great. I mean, I think the feeling on the set and the feeling in the editor's room is that we've got something very special, and we're very, very excited about it.